Hi, this is Connie J. Pack, and I recently made a post about how I had set up my Obsidian and Claude following a couple of my mentors that I really look up to and appreciate their organizational skills. And several of you have mentioned wanting to also see my setup. So here's a quick overview on how I've gone ahead and set mine up. Hopefully, it will be helpful for you. All right. Well, the first thing you need to do is you have to download Obsidian. It's a free app that you have to put onto a laptop or computer. So I wanted to be able to be mobile with my Obsidian, so I put it on my laptop instead of my PC desktop. The way I have it set up is there's a whole folder just for About Me. There's Claude prompts, there's daily notes, and then the main folders are my family, my finances, and my work. This is the one folder it actually comes with. So I probably could delete that. So I called it Connie's Vault. So you can have multiple vaults. So you can manage multiple vaults here. So this is Connie's Vault. Um, the coolest thing is once you have downloaded it and you've have it on your computer, everything here matches. So if I go here to my Finder, it matches here. So if I go to my location, and you choose your location, so it can be, I'm not going to even go to iCloud. I'm not quite familiar with that, but under Connie J. Pack, and then under Connie's Vault. So if you look under Connie's Vault, it's exactly the same. So About Me, Cloud Prompts, Daily Notes, my family, my finances, my work. And then, of course, a welcome. Underneath my family, my finances, my work, which is kind of my primary buckets of where content is being stored. I have it broken down by output, raw, and wiki. So raw is raw information. So for example, one thing would be for my work, I would put like maybe raw transcripts of some of my client conversations. It would get summarized. It would then be stored in the wiki. Wiki is kind of like your Wikipedia. It's like it's memory bank. And then you've got your output, like, chatting and figuring out and coming up with new ideas and things like that. So that's kind of how that is broken down. The coolest thing is that, I create a folder here and it creates automatically syncs and it creates a folder here. So they're just completely synced up. And the next thing is if you go to Claude, I'm going to go to the desktop version. If you go to Claude and you go to Cowork, I can take a look at some of the conversations I have. So, for example, I was working on a new YouTube video called The Missed Call Text Back. And so as I'm creating content or working through some content, I'm able to choose where I want to file it. So actually, let me just go to add to folder. So then I'm able to choose which vault, and I would put it under my work, and this would be an output, which it looks like I've already put in there. So I'm not going to duplicate it. So you can put it directly into your Obsidian. If you're wondering, like, how is that different from Google Drive folder? Look at this. So if you go back to Obsidian, which is this purple icon here, and you go to this one called Open Graph View, it does this on its own. So it figures out what's connected and what's related based on the keywords, and it just connects it. So if I were to search for a particular topic, like missed call, it would give me all the places that I had anything relating to missed call showing. So if you needed to reference something, you need to create a story, you needed to put together content, it's already connected. So could you imagine having just years and years of blog content or just original content you've created, like speeches you've done, presentations you've done, all put in here, and then suddenly you can just reference like, oh, I'd like to pull up my speech that I talked about regarding funnels or AI or whatever it is. It can just pull up everything. That's pretty cool.